just on that, somebody's asked me, that can't be right about the cars. Yeah, it is. In fact, I saw it. Said that no one's got more cars in the United States of America, and that's probably true in terms of numbers. I was talking about per capita. But New Zealanders own we own over 1 car per person in New Zealand. So we're at, so the number of motor vehicles per 1,000 is about 1,100. So 1,100 motor vehicles per 1,000 people in this country, which is extraordinary when you think about it. The only countries, well, they're not really countries, like Gibraltar, Guernsey, San Marino have higher motor vehicles ratios than we do, but they're not really countries. Although they are part of, aren't they, Guernsey and Gibraltar, part of the UK, San Marino, part of Italy. I think their foreign affairs are run by them. They've got a soccer team. Worst soccer team in the world, isn't it? San Marino? Oh, no, that must be Manchester United. Must be the worst soccer team in the world, Manchester United. Anyhow, but then if you go to large countries, you've got New Zealand at 1,100, roughly 1,100 cars per 1,000 of us. I mean, this is a stat to try on your friends. The United States is second. To put that into proportion, and you think, America's got cars and they've got a car culture. No question about that. We own almost 1,100 cars per 1,000. America, 900 cars per 1,000. Isn't that an extraordinary difference between the first car owning democracy or the first car ownership in the world per capita, New Zealand, and the United States, which is second? I mean, that's extraordinary. So we own almost an extra 200 cars per 1,000 people than the United States of America, and they're second on that list. That's amazing. And then you go down to Canada, which is 800, Finland, which is 800, Australia, which is 780. So roughly Australians own about 2/3 as many cars as we do per capita. It's just extraordinary. I imagine right down the bottom, I would think, would probably be very small countries that would be bloody lucky to have a car. Oh, yes, there's Afghanistan. Oh, North Korea. North Korea is the bottom of that particular list. They've got 1 car per 100,000 people. Isn't that amazing? They've got 1 car. My God. They've got 1 car per 1,000 people. Sorry, 1 car per 1,000 people. We've got 1,086.
So is it like the clown car in North Korea then? They all come piling out?
Isn't that amazing?
Right?
Isn't that amazing? I mean, you got 1 car. They must be saving the planet, that lot, eh? You'd never see people heading off to North Korea saying to Kim Jong-il, whatever his name is, putting a little, I don't know, badge on him or something like that saying, planetary saviour. I bet you they don't have many cows either. I bet you they don't have ruminant livestock. Not looking at the... there you go. That's very, very funny. North Korea doing net zero right now. Well, no. They've got 1 car per 1,000. Yes, I can't imagine and it's probably owned by the entire Jong-il family, but there you go. I wonder if they share it around, that particular car. So why do I raise the issue of these statistics? Because what I'm trying to say is, good luck on moving New Zealanders out of cars into public transport or cycleways. I think the Greenies, no one likes to talk about this in the mainstream media. No one talks about it in environmental or in regional council areas who are responsible for these sorts of things, or in government circles. The Climate Change Commission doesn't talk about it either. New Zealand is a car-owning culture. That's who we are. And we are the biggest car-owning culture on the planet. I mean, I think that's incredible, Josh. I mean, that's sort of like, I don't know, Edmund Hillary, first person to climb Mount Everest, Peter Jackson, won multiple Academy Awards for the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I think that's something worthy of celebration. The All Blacks used to be the world champ. Don't talk about that. South Africans. All right, we'll move on. And there we are.
That's a dangerous topic there, Michael.
Yeah, I'm not going there. It's all right. It's like talking about Manchester United. Or
come on now.
No, Manchester United. I'll say no more. Manchester United. And then, there's New Zealand. So Edmund Hillary, Lord of the Rings, cars. Now, and that's the bit that the Greenies and the councils don't get. They don't get that we drive cars for two primary reasons. One, and this is actually quite important, we drive cars because our country is long and thin. And we don't have a public transport network that's worth snuff because it is long and thin, and we don't have our population concentrated into particular areas that, even in a place like Auckland, all right, even a place like Auckland, 1.3 million people. Yes, but it's 1.3 million people spread over the country roughly the size of, I don't know, Portugal. It's big. Auckland City is a large unit. So even with Auckland, that 1.4 million people are scattered over an extraordinarily large geographic area. But the second reason is we love our cars. We like our peace and quiet. We don't like sitting next to smelly people who you're thinking, oh, they look half psychotic to me. And you have to get downwind of them, but you're sitting there. And it takes us from the place that we dwell, our home, to the place we want to go, which public transport never does. Does it? Doesn't take us from our home to where we want to go at all. Nope. Cars. Part of the culture. Try and separate us from our cars, you will prize my car from my cold, dead hands.